So I think that TikTok really needs to figure out their aging policy for this app.
Okay, first of all, let me start by saying it is Tuesday, November 28th of 2023. And I follow her because she's way brighter than I am, and we think on the same wavelength, conservative-wise, and what's going on and with everything politically. But we agree on in principle most of the things that, if not all of the things she talks about on here. But this one, this one's been hitting my buttons for a long, long time. I have said this numerous times that either TikTok needs to find a way to age verify, a real way to age verify, because, like you said, you can. Are you 18? Yes, I am. I'm 10. Yeah, that's the problem. But I don't know if they can come up with a way to figure out how old people are. A facial recognition? Don't know. But it's either find a way to verify the age of people or make another TikTok for kids 18 and under. Just for them. Let them do their thing. Although you and I both know that Harry's 20 years old and still acts like a child. God, I can't stand that kid. Oh man, how is he still on this platform? All right, I'm off on a tangent. But yes, I do agree. There has to be something done with these kids. Not only that, they're vicious. I mean, you see some of the comments that these kids are. How are they raised? Actually, they're not raised. They're probably coming from a no home parent because they're always working. Both parents have to work in this economy nowadays. So they're left to their own volition. And when being Gen X, when we were left home, it was different. See, it was different when we were home because the other parents in the neighborhood would rat you out in a minute. It's not like that anymore. I'll give you an example. My old neighborhood, when we were growing up, there were kids everywhere. You couldn't drive down the street without there was a kid running out in the street or something. So this is the way it was in my neighborhood. We would play ball in the street. Hockey, football, whatever, because that's where we played. So we did all that in the streets and stuff, and there were kids all over the place. If you were driving down the street in my neighborhood when I was growing up, you better do it at 10 miles an hour because you never know when there's a kid popping up from somewhere. Now, at my ripe old age, when I go back to my mother's old house when she was still living there, she moved. But when she was living there, I could drive down those streets at 55 and I wouldn't even hit a fucking squirrel. That's how barren the streets are now. So it's not the same. These kids are left to not only just fend for themselves like we did. We had to go outside and play. These kids stay inside. They stay on this thing. They play their video games. They really have no imagination on what to do outside of the house. Or their friends just don't live close enough. When I was growing up, all the kids in the neighborhood went to the same school. We saw each other every freaking day. When I moved and I got married and I had my daughter, well, my wife had my daughter, I just helped. We sent her to Catholic school because we both went to Catholic school. And we sent her there so she could take her sacrament. That's the way, we're Italian, so, hey. So we sent her to Catholic school. The problem is the Catholic school is 2 miles away. When I was growing up, it was 3 blocks away, and all the kids in the neighborhood went there. So it's not the same because her friends live elsewhere. She doesn't really have any friends in this neighborhood because there aren't a lot of kids. And the kids that are here, they're very young. She's about to graduate high school. She's not hanging out with them. And her other friends live far away, and she doesn't like taking mass transit, which I don't blame her here in New York City. But she'll be driving soon, so. But that's the thing. There aren't, at least here, neighborhoods anymore. At least not where I live now. There's no such thing as a neighborhood anymore, it seems. So these kids are left to their own volition, and they're vicious. I don't know where they come up with the comments that they do on this thing, but they're vicious. Vicious fucking kids. I don't know if they're getting it from watching too much YouTube or watching too much TV and thinking that TV is somehow real life at some point. But the comments on here are shit I would never have thought of as a kid. But TikTok will never do it because they're making money hand over fist off these kids. These kids are making money hand over fist for the stupid shit that they're pulling. So it's going to be almost impossible to regulate when kids shouldn't see your videos. Your videos, my videos, should not be seen by children. YouTube at least has the option of your video only being viewed by 18 or over. They at least have that option. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It may not work here because a 10-year-old will say they're 18. So, but at least it's some kind of start. It's not made for kids. Somehow they got to figure out how to keep kids away from adult material. I don't know if they can. Because what they watch on TV is some adult material either. MTV is full of this crap. It used to be music. When I was a kid, it was music. Music television. Now it's junk. And the Video Music Awards are a fucking joke because when do you see videos on MTV anymore? So, it's a long rant for a very simple, seems like a simple solution. But then again, it may not be. It may not be. There may not be a way to regulate how children can stay away from adult content videos or adult themed videos. They can try, but they won't because they're making too much money. And the kids are actually making money off this app. So, you know, and it's, like I said, the only Black Friday sales I've been seeing are for spicy pages. I don't even see them on regular TV anymore. So, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. There's got to be some kind of simple solution to it, which probably is above my pay grade. That's all I have to... vicious children. Like I said, parents aren't home, so they're not there to, discipline or monitor their children, which is a shame. And I was following you for a little while, and then I discovered you had an anniversary. I didn't even know you were married, for God's sakes. There were a lot of people in that comment section on your anniversary video. Holy shit, you're married? I didn't even know you were married. That's some hot shit, boy. But congratulations. You have a happy anniversary. I'm sure you many, many more. And you all have a good day. Booyah!